A Ketogenic Diet and Its Potential Benefits by Justin Selva and Quincy Ward.
Keto is one of the most popular fad diets, booming nationally around 2018 through current, although it was created in the 1920s as a treatment for epilepsy. People are drawn to the keto diet because it is less restrictive calorically than other diets. Sugar is typically where people ingest most of their caloric intake, especially those who are not eating, quote, healthy. Example, lots of unhealthy foods are frequently not allowed on keto. You can't drink soda, eat chips, or order desserts. In 2020, keto was the most Googled food-related topic in the world, with 25.4 million searches, with 9.4 billion spent on keto-marketed products in 2019. There are millions of people trying the diet, but non-clear professionals' opinions on whether it should be healthy or safe. Defining a ketogenic diet. What is a ketogenic diet? It's a combination of high fat with a limited carbohydrate diet. The goal of keto is to keep the body in ketosis. It's a carb-depleted state, which requires the body to use fat for energy. Ketogenic diet is limited to less than 10% of calories coming from carbs, which is often around 20 to 30 grams of carbs a day. Typically, Americans are eating equal or greater than 300 grams of carbs a day, which means keto cuts out around 90% of someone's total carbs.
We will be focusing on this one study performed by Dois and Banga in 2021. As you can see, this study offered many reasons that are potential benefits of the ketogenic diet, but we will just be focusing on a few of them. First, we have cancer. Keto proved to reduce blood glucose levels and fuel availability. This is important for the Wahlberg effect because if there's less glucose in your body to consume, cells aren't able to prioritize anaerobic metabolism, which we know cancer cells prefer. This study also found that keto was beneficial to the microbiome because it increased the ratio of bacteroidetes to firmicutes. This is important because in our obesity notes, we saw that obesity typically exhibits decreased percentages of bacteroidetes and increased percentages of firmicutes. Next, in diabetes, we see that keto led to a reverse in insulin resistance. Diabetes is categorized by its hyperglycemia, but in ketosis you have less glucose in your system and thus will have less insulin response and increased insulin sensitivity over time. In the weight loss category, we saw that ketosis had reductions in body weight while maintaining lean mass and resting metabolic rate. In this study, 20 obese patients lost 20.2 kilograms of body weight after 4 months of keto and sustained this weight loss without the expected reduction in RMR. Authors hypothesized that RMR did not drop because the subjects maintained their lean body mass. DEXA scans confirmed that they lost 20 kilograms of fat mass and only 1 kilogram of muscle mass. Very drastic difference than the starvation study. Another unexpected find was for cardiovascular disease. This study found that keto had lower triglycerides, increased HDL, lower VLDL, and lower ApoB to ApoA1 ratio, which we know from the resveratrol study is representative of HDL to LDL ratio. This is another interesting find because you'd think eating primarily fats would lead to increased cholesterol, but this study shows that they were obviously using the fats, not storing it in their blood. To summarize, this study shows that keto may actually be helpful to those with cancer, obesity, cardiovascular disease, or diabetes.
We were surprised to see that majority of research on the keto diet was in support of the benefits, while far less showed potential problems. We think future research should be done to examine long-term effects of ketosis on metabolic flexibility. It would be interesting to see whether requiring the body to use primarily fats during duration of keto can harm your carbohydrate metabolism, once off or on long term. The largest issue we see with keto currently is that it is not sustainable long term. Instead, we advocate for cutting down on excessive sugars/carbs as a healthy lifestyle habit. Keto, while shows significant benefits in the data presented, isn't something we'd necessarily recommend for everyone. To live a healthy, sustainable life, diet changes need to be implemented and increased exercise activity. These are likely ways to better help lose weight and maintain weight loss.
These are our references.